everybody. We are live. Welcome to Elemental Yoga Therapy. So some of you that have been to my classes, you'll know that this has actually been weaved in a lot of my classes already, but this is the first proper one that we can put on the MoreMind yoga schedule. So I'm really excited. Welcome. Thanks for signing in. I am Charlie Granger from Deep Tide Yoga. I'm a mental health therapist and an elemental yoga therapy teacher. So a lot of what that means is we are going through a specific set of yoga movements that activate different pressure points or acupressure points in the body, that stimulate certain organs that are connected to the elements to help deal with like stuck energy or feelings in our mind and our mental health. We use yoga and the yoga therapy principles from either Chinese and Eastern style medicines around acupressure. And for me specifically, I apply a lot of the more scientific neuroscience study behind the brain, so that what you're doing today in the class, you know, is having a direct impact on something in your body and in your brain. So welcome. We have the chat function, so if you wanted to tell me about any injuries or anything, you can write them in the chat function, or you can just have a chat with me at the end of the class. This is currently a 45-minute class for the near future, and it might move. So get comfortable. I would grab a pillow or two if you have access to one and just sit on a pillow and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. If sitting cross-legged is a little bit too intense for you, then you can just put one leg out or the other leg out. Just try and find a comfortable position where your spine can be nice and tall. And before we start our grounding meditation, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the elements and what elemental yoga therapy is. Not too much, so that we can get moving. So the aim of these classes is they will always have a theme. There will always be something from a mental health resilience side of things that we're trying to work on, and they'll always be connected to one of the 5 elements. So the 5 elements used in this class are earth, water, fire, air, and what we call space, which is also either spirit or ether or wood, different things in different styles, but we're going to be calling it space. And you can work through the different energies and the qualities of those elements, and you apply a yoga practice to it. So we're going to be focusing on earth, which is obviously the root, the base. It's all about nurturing energy. So earth is what makes us feel grounded. It's about finding boundaries for yourself and understanding if you have created boundaries for yourself. So I'm going to talk a little bit through our meditation about earth energy, but what I'd like you to focus on for the class, or what I've specifically chosen movements for today, is about dealing with chaos and an uncertain world. So it's not necessarily overwhelming emotions, because that's connected to emotions, but it's kind of how do you process a level of stress, a level of anxiety, when everything is quite chaotic in the world right now. So lots of things are changing. Maybe you're homeschooling, maybe you're moving house, whatever it might be. We're going to be focusing on that. So come into your meditation. So just bring your hands into your lap, place your right hand on top of your left hand, and just bring your thumbs to lightly touch each other. Just lower your chin slightly. Allow your shoulders to just drop naturally away from your ears. Allow your spine to be nice and long, but not too lifted so that your belly is taut. Let your belly be soft. Really relax. Allow the body to find a stillness. Lower your gaze. And then I invite you to close your eyes. We just want to think about how we manage our energy in chaotic times. So just personally scan back through your expression or the situations that you've been in recently that you might deem as quite uncertain or quite perhaps chaotic. And how does that make you feel? Try to increase your awareness, your understanding of those situations. And I want you to ask yourself, how do I want to be? How do I want to be either right now or in those situations if and when they occur again? Or how do I want to handle this situation? Eyes closed, body still, asking yourself those questions. And we have this approach in life to say yes to life, which we should. It's important to embrace and say yes to things, but what about thinking what you could say no to more? So you can say yes to life, but can you say no to a few more things in your life to help you create boundaries? Earth is all about centering. It's all about coming back to our center, feeling a grounding energy even in chaotic times, because we know we have our toolbox, we have our kit of self-care, of emotional capabilities that we try to build. And I appreciate that this can seem hard initially. I'd like you to start to focus on your breath. So your eyes are closed, your breath was natural, and you start to increase your breath. Either just breathing in and out through the nose, or breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Still in the body, mind is focusing on your breath coming in and out. I'd like you to bring your left hand onto your heart and your right hand onto your belly button. And with your eyes closed, I'd like you to activate your belly breath. So belly breath is an earth element breath. It's an extremely grounding breath. It's a thing that you can practice and you can add to your toolbox to help you when you feel like you've lost your boundaries, to help you when a situation feels chaotic. And as you inhale, your belly should rise and puff into your hand. And as you exhale, it should fall away. It should rise into your hand and it should fall away. I'd like you to continue this exact movement but led on your backs. So just come to lie flat on your mat. Bring your torso down and keep your knees bent. So just have your feet grounded on the floor, about hip distance. If you want to drop your knees to touch, you can. So a slight internal rotation. And once you're there, bring that left hand back onto heart, right hand back onto belly, and re-close down your eyes. Feel your belly breath rising and falling. And bit by bit, feeling this grounding, this centering that this strong breath creates. If you are struggling to get the belly to move up as you inhale and down as you exhale, just rotate your hand. So roll your right hand, just kind of rub your belly. So just rub your belly. It helps the kind of brain to activate the receptors in the belly. And then try again. You have to have a really relaxed belly so the core isn't really tight to be able to puff the breath in. You want to try and get this diaphragmatic breath. We're trying to get the breath all the way down to the bottom of the diaphragm, so filling the lungs. I'd like you to take 4 more. About 2 more. 1 more. Good. Opening your eyes, just preparing your body for some movement. Bring your hands by your sides, by your hips, and if your knees are touching, just separate your knees so they're above your feet. And your ankles and your knees are hip distance. We're going to take a few bridges. So you're going to inhale and lift your hips up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to exhale and come down. We're going to take a few like this, so just flowing dynamically. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, come down. A few more to just warm up the body, and then we'll come into where we want to activate in the pose. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift and hold.
Now in your bridge position, there's lots of obviously different activation points. What I'd like you to focus on for our earth element is pushing your big toes into the ground. So the big toe is the end acupressure point of the stomach meridian. So the stomach energy pathways that we have in the body. If we activate by pushing down our big toes, we start to activate this energy to create this grounding in the gut, in the stomach. Try and squeeze your glutes. Try and hold your body up there. Let's take 2 more breaths. Really pushing the big toes into the ground. 1 more breath. Exhale, lower to the floor. Good. I'd like you to kick both legs up to the air. So just lifting from the hips, straightening the legs into the sky. And this can be quite intense for some people, other people not. You can flex your feet and then point your toes. You can roll out your ankles. Just take a moment to get into the pose. Feet are also above the hips, so they're hip distance. You want to really try to aim to straighten your legs. Some of you might not allow that in the hamstrings, and really flex your feet. Now this should be an active pose. You should feel the energy kind of draining out of the thighs and the quad muscles. The ankles can sometimes get tight because you're flexing the feet quite solidly. You might even have your legs shaking. We're drawing energy down, we're getting blood flow down, we're activating the back of the hamstrings, and we're also really squeezing our quads tight by flexing our feet. Take 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. Good. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Just take a little hug of the knees with the arms. And then I'd like you to roll to your left-hand side and push your body up. And then come into a cross-legged position, facing forward to the front of your mat. From here, I'd like you to take fists with your hands, and from your knee up to your hip joint, you're going to pummel out your legs. So from your knee on the top of your thigh, you're going to pummel across the top of your thigh, activating energy in the legs that can get stuck, pummeling out through the legs, and release. Come to a tabletop, so hands and knees, table position. Wide spread your fingers underneath your shoulders and let your knees be nice and soft under your hips. Find a solid table, so lengthen your shoulders away from your ears. Look down at your thumbs, kind of tuck your belly in a little bit so you've got a nice long line between your tailbone and your head. Now you're going to bash out your feet. So you're basically bashing, I'm not going to do it so that it's not too loud, but bashing your feet against the mat. So just really like pummeling out the energy, really embrace it. Yes, it's not traditional what you might see in yoga, but it's actually using the principles of yoga for good. We're really getting into the body. A few more. Really make some noise. And release. Good. We're going to take some cat-cow. So drop your belly, roll your shoulders back, look up as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze your belly in, push the ground away, look through your thighs. Inhale, ripple down, shoulders back, look up. Exhale, squeeze the belly in, round your shoulders. Good. Inhale, belly down. Last one, squeeze your belly in. Good. We're going to take our right foot in between our hands. So just pick up your right hand, step your right foot forward, and then make sure as you push your hips forward, you've got enough space. So you might have to wiggle the back knee back or the right foot forward so your knee isn't going over your toe. Then tuck your back toes and then bring your hands onto your right thigh and lift up your torso. So you're kind of pushing your hands into your thigh to then open your chest. Ideally tuck your back toes to kind of support your glutes. And then again, ground through your right big toe. So your activation point is this right big toe. Squeeze, inhale. Exhale. Bring the left hand down, take a child's pose. So take the right knee back, bring your forehead to the floor. Take a 2-breath child's pose, relax your feet, inhale. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Lift your torso, bring left foot forward. So lift those hips up, step your left foot in between the hands. Again, push your hips forward. Make sure the knee is not further forward than the toe. Tuck the back foot, hands onto the left thigh as you lift your torso up. And you kind of push your knee away as you lift your chest through your shoulders. Squeeze your back glute and activate that big toe. When do you really push your left big toe into the ground? This is the activation you need to channel up through the leg and into the glute. Inhale. Exhale, come back down. 2 breaths, child's pose. Step it back. Really just trust in the process here. Inhale. Exhale. Slow and steady, just building the boundaries that the body needs. Inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to take a downward dog. Not necessarily an earth posture. It's a water posture, but it's a transition. So just come to a downward dog. You want your toes slightly turned in, your heels slightly turned out. Really ground through your hands. Allow your head to be heavy. Inhale, look forward and walk your feet to the top of your mat. And take a wide-legged forward fold. Just allow the spine to open. Again, a water posture, but we're just allowing the upper body to really open. To activate the earth energy, push your big toes into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly come to standing in 3, in 2, in 1. Find your mountain pose. Feet hip distance, hands by the sides, thumbs pushing back, fingers pushing forward. This external rotation of the shoulder blades. Now everything should be active. This mountain pose should be hard. You should push your big toes into the ground. Activate those thigh muscles, squeeze your glutes. Maybe a slight activation of your core, shoulders back, chin in line with the floor, so parallel, and you're not sticking your neck out, you're pulling it back against an imaginary wall. 3 breaths, real strong activation. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. 1 more. Exhale. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. From here, you're going to step your left foot as far back along the mat as you can do, either 2 steps or 1 big step. Lunge forward into your right leg. Lift your back heel nice and high, so don't stretch through the heel, lift it high. Ground again through the right big toe, and make sure your shoulders are not reaching forward. Try and keep them in line with your hips. Then from here, open to the left, so twist to the left. Bring your back heel in and down, 90-degree angle with your feet, and then bend into your warrior 2 legs. Activate as much as you can through this back left leg. Push the outside edge of the left toe down. Make sure your right knee is not dipping in. Push it out. Shoulders and hips open to the left. Deepen the bend. Hands can either be on the hips or open into full expression warrior 2. Lock your focus. So use these tools of yoga. So your drishti. Focus on your middle right finger. Inhale. Suck those feet into the floor. Exhale. This is earth, so we've got 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten the front leg. Bring your hands to your hips. Twist into a lunge. So lift the back heel. Bend back into the front leg. Hold your lunge. Inhale. Then step the back foot to the top of the mat. Exhale. Good. Bring your toes to touch, heels about a toe width apart, and then lower into your chair. So sit your bum down, your Utkatasana. Squeeze your belly in and take your weight into your heels. Reach your hands down towards the floor and just feel the activation through the glutes and through the belly. Really drawing energy upwards, feeling the strength in the legs. 2 more breaths. You've got it. 1 more. Reach your arms wide and come up as you stand. So inhale, lift. Take a forward fold, exhale. Some traditional poses here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Good. We're going to take a high plank. So step the right leg back and then the left leg back. Take a full high plank and hold it. This is a fire pose, but also brings earth energy into the center. If you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. Take 2 more breaths in your plank. And out. 1 more breath. And out. Find your downward dog. So transitioning back through to your downward dog. Settle in, let your head be heavy. And we're just going to hold it here for a minute and come back to that kind of mental awareness. So those chaotic times, those uncertain things going on. Remembering to yourself, how do you want to be? How do you want to act? Those moments where we kind of wish we were something, but it's not about wishing we were something else. It's about just tuning in, tapping into when moments in our life are chaotic, Holding your down dog, try and stay with me. And just remembering, where are your boundaries? What is it that you need in your life to find that strong center? Look forward, walk your feet to the top of the mat and come to a wide-legged forward fold again. Hang your head, push your big toes into the floor, let your head be super heavy. Inhale, come to standing, exhale, head comes last. Really coil up through the shoulders. Mountain pose once again, activate it. You should be able to really teach yourself through this. Big toes, thighs, glutes, thumbs out, chest forward. Nice big breath in. Open the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale, let it all go. Hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, lift to the sky, look up. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands to shins, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Reach to the sky with the arms, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Good, everybody, hands to hips. Step your right foot back in one big step or two steps to the top of the back of the mat. Now lunge into this, so activate, lift your back right heel, deepen the bend, make sure shoulders aren't reaching forward, shoulders are back, activate your left big toe. Feel this power that you've got, this strength in your lower legs, this lightness. Good. Open your hips and your shoulders to the right as you pull your back heel in and down. So now this right foot is out to the side. Deepen the bend into your left leg. Find this activation. Don't forget this back leg. So everyone really leans forward into the left leg. Activate the back foot. Squeeze the back thigh. Push the left knee back out towards the right and really push that left big toe into the floor. Shoulders and hips are over to the side. Hands are either at the hips or full expression as they come out. Either way, lock your focus on something. 5 breaths, inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. You can do it, feel that strength. 3. 3. 2 more, inhale. Full belly breaths, exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg, hands to hips, twist into a lunge, so twist the back heel up as you deepen back into the front leg. Squeeze your right glute, inhale. Exhale, step to the top of the mat in 2 steps or 1. Reach your arms to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart center, exhale. Chair pose once again. Sit your weight into a heel, sit on your imaginary chair. Thumbs are at your heart space. Hands are in prayer. Shoulders away from the ears. Try to slightly tuck your pelvis. Maybe you can go a bit deeper. Feel that strength building in your legs, in the glute medius. Inhale. Forward fold. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins or thighs. Look forward. Exhale, we fold. Step back with the left leg, then right leg, take a high plank. We got a 3 breath hold. Remember, you can drop the knees and just really focus on squeezing your core, or you keep the legs and the knees up. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath in. Last breath out. Downward facing dog for me, hips to the sky. Really nice. We're going to take 3 breaths here. And just tune back into your stomach. So try to get the belly to move as you're breathing. Really start to focus on how you can find and use these tools. Not a whole practice necessary sometimes. Just a mountain pose or lying on your back, taking some belly breaths can really help you in those tough times. Look forward for me and then walk your feet to the top of the mat and forward fold. Wide legs. Maybe just wider than hip distance. Nice heavy head. Take your hands to opposite elbows and just really let the upper body hang down and swing from right to left. Take some full breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So sigh it out or maybe blubber the lips. Releasing tension, maybe just sighing it out. Maybe you can, other people in the house can hear you. No judgment. Relax your arms and then slowly come to standing in 3, in 2, in 1. Good. Step back with the left leg. Twist into a warrior 2. So twist open and down. Bend into the right leg. Take your right forearm, the back of it, onto your right thigh. You can make this so much easier if you want to. You can narrow your stance and just be here, or you can be super deep and your left arm is up to the sky. Try not to reach your left arm back. Keep it above your left shoulder. Either look at your left thumb or your right big toe. Now activate your right big toe. Squeeze it into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Warrior two. Lift it up. Place the knee back down. Look through the middle finger. Full breath in. Full breath out. Feel this strength that you're building, this energy. Bring your hands to hips. Twist back to the lunge. Lift your back heel. Deepen the bend. Earth energy, this centering, this nature, this kind of holding you. You need that strength in your legs to kind of keep you sturdy. Inhale. Step up to the top of the mat. Exhale. Good. Right leg steps back, straight into it. Lunge position with the legs. Then open to the right as you bring the back heel down. Warrior two legs. Bring the left forearm onto the left thigh and reach your right arm to the sky. Either look to your right thumb or your left big toe. Really nice. Hold it here. Breathing in. Activate that left foot. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Warrior two. Lifting up. Find the warrior two. Arms wide. Inhale. Hands to hips, exhale, twist to open to your lunge, so lift your back heel, shoulders and hips facing forward, and then step up to the top of the mat in 2 or 1 steps. From here, you're going to take a malasana, so you take your feet wide at the top of your mat, bring your heels in and your toes out. You're going to squat your bum down, so you squat down, you bring your hands together at the heart center, and you push your triceps into your inner thighs. The key here is lifting the arches of the feet and grounding the outside edges. Some of you might not be able to get the heels down. So what I would do is reach forward, bring your hands onto the floor as your heels are lifted and just rock from side to side. So you're getting this openness of the hips. So either rock or if you're lucky to have the heels grounded, really focus on outside edges pushing down of the feet and then really pushing your chest, your heart into your thumbs as you push your elbows into your thighs. Wherever you are, I'd like you to close your eyes and fully breathe. So full breaths in and out. In and out. This is an earth grounding posture. In and out. Good. You're going to come to sit on your bum. So sit your bum down, keep your knees bent, feet hip distance, and just bring your arms on top of your knees. So either your elbows or maybe your armpits, whichever you prefer or that your body allows. Try to lift the shoulders down as the chest comes up. Push your big toes into the ground, feel an activation in your hips. Inhale, exhale. Good. You're going to slowly come all the way down. Slide the backs of the arms to the wrists. Slide the hand over the knees. Hands down the thighs. Lower back comes down. Middle back, shoulders and head. Good. From here, bring your heels closer to your bum. And if you have a big arch in your spine, just tuck your tailbone, maybe lift your pelvis, lengthen your spine and then bring it down. Trying to really get the middle and the lower back as much onto the ground as possible. We're going to take some bridges and then a really strong one-legged bridge, which is a solid earth posture. It really helps anything around. From a physical perspective, we have IBS, we have any inflammation in the gut, any rashes, spots. You can help this by using this one-legged bridge. From a mental side of things, it tends to be focused on either stress, so kind of trying to let go of situations, or building this boundary resilience. So to start with, bring your hands by your hips, palms facing down. Try and lengthen your arms, your shoulders and your hands into the floor. Activate your feet, and then as you inhale, lift your hips up. So you're in your bridge. Hold it for 2 breaths. 1 more. Okay, you're going to just slightly turn in your left foot. So you just turn your left toes slightly over to the right. Now you're going to kick your right leg, still hips are up, right leg into the air. Flex through your right foot. This is a challenge. This pose is hard. Really activate your left big toe. Really straighten. Keep those hips high. We're going to aim for 4 breaths. Anytime you need to come down, come down. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 3. You can do it. Inhale 4. Keep your hips lifted. Bring your right foot to the floor. Inhale. And then exhale, bring your hips down. Good. Take a little butterfly rest. So soles of the feet together. Knees drop out. One to the right, one to the left. Hands onto the belly. One hand on top of the other. And find a belly breath. Inhale, puff the belly up. Exhale, relax the belly towards the spine. Inhale, puff the belly up. Exhale, relax the belly. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bring your knees back together. Ground your feet. Bring them back to hip distance. If your spine is lifted, just tuck your tailbone once again. Bring your hands by your sides. Palms lengthen. Shoulders lengthen. You want your heels kind of touching towards your fingertips. Your fingertips should be able to touch your heels. When you're ready, take a full breath in, lift those hips to the sky. Nice activation of your feet. And then pick up your right toes and just turn them in slightly. So just pigeon toe your right foot a little bit. When you're ready, straighten that left leg into the air. Try and keep your hips as high as you can. Flex through your left foot. Inhale 1. Exhale 1. Inhale 2. Exhale 2. Really drawing energy from the feet. This gets all the way into the gut. Really running energy down. 1. Inhale left. Keep the hips lifted. Bring the left foot down. Lift your hips higher. And then exhale. Bring the body down. Good. Straighten the legs back up into the air like we did at the beginning. Hands are by the sides. Flex your feet. Get that energy going again. Your legs would be shaking. Really, really flex those feet. Feel the energy in the thighs. Strengthen the thighs as much as you can. Maybe close your eyes. 3 breaths. 2 more. 1 more. Good. If you need to take a little break, bring the knees into the chest and just like rock from side to side. And then we're going to take this little sacral shift where you lift up the base of your spine. You just shunt it upwards. So I can show you it first if you like. Your legs come back up to where they were. And instead of swinging your feet back and forward to lift your hips up, you want to imagine you're trying to tap the ceiling with your feet. So you're just trying to shunt your legs up. And you're lifting off the lower part of the sacrum here. So you bring your hands by the sides and you just shunt the hips up. Using your core, this is into the core movements, and try and kick. Imagine you're tapping the ceiling. We're going to keep it going a few times. It can take a while to get used to, and it takes a few movements to really get your abs to engage. So you're shunting your tailbone up without rocking your legs too much forward and back. There's obviously a little rock to get the momentum to kick it up. Keep it going for me. Try not to forget about breathing. A few more. Keep going. In 3, in 2, in 1. Bring the knees in, hug them in. And then just open the knees slightly wide towards the armpits. Kind of like a similar happy baby, but not. So you've got your knees in your elbow creases, and you're just pulling your knees out towards the sides. Your feet are floppy. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Good. Ground through the feet once again. And you're just going to take both knees to the right. Bring your right hand onto your left hip, so just the side of the glute, and take your left hand out to the side. So you stack your knees, you stack your ankles, and then you look over to your left hand, and then you close your eyes. 2 breaths. Good. Lift your knees, lift your chin to the center. Take both legs over to the left. Bring your left hand onto your right hip and your right hand out to the right. Lower your chin over to the right. Maybe close down your eyes. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Lift your chin back up. Bring your knees into the center. Nice. Try rock and rolling up and down the spine. So you're just lifting your knees and your chest. If that's not good for you, just roll to one side and bring yourself up to sit. Cross your ankles, cross-legged position. Reach your arms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. When you've got to as far as you think you can rotate, bring your hands to the floor and just lengthen through your neck so your chin is slightly tucked. Maybe the base of your glutes just lift so your sit bones are maybe lifted a tiny bit. Lengthen through your shoulders. Keep this nice tilt in the spine. Good. Sit back. Take your legs to one side just to come through into your table. We're just going to take a nice flow through all of those solid movements to help us find a grounding. So you find your table, hold it, take a breath in, squeeze your core as you exhale. Inhale, looking at your thumbs. Exhale, squeeze your belly in towards your spine. No movement, it's just the belly. Inhale, puff it out. Exhale, squeeze it in. Good. Take your right foot in between your hands. Push your hips forward. Then lift your arms to the sky. Bit of a challenge to get to your lunge here. Tuck your back toes, find your balance, and then lift your back knee. Find your lunge. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Open to warrior two, open to the left. Back heel down. Push into your warrior two. 3 breaths. Look through your middle finger. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Doing really well. Exhale. Last breath in here. Last breath out. Try and keep this lunge. Right forearm to right thigh, left arm to the sky. Hold it. You've got it. Feel that strength building. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand to hip. Turn your hips and your shoulders round to the front as you lift your back heel into a lunge. Step to the top of the mat in 2, 3, or 1 step. Then lower into your chair. Hold your chair. 3 breaths. Inhale, arms to the sky. Hold, exhale. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 3. Exhale, come to standing, hands to heart center. Take your mountain, separate your feet. Push your shoulders forward, pull those thumbs back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Hands to hips. Step your right leg back. Drop your back knee to the floor. Release your toes. Hold it here. Push forward into your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Ground through your left big toe. Tuck your right toe and then come into a lunge. As your arms reach to the sky, lift your back knee. Find your lunge. Hold it. Nice lifted back heel, squeezing your right glute. And then open warrior two. So open to the right. Hips and shoulders go to the right. Left knee goes out to the left. Hands come parallel to the floor. Strong and straight back leg. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Left forearm onto left thigh, right arm to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to hip. Twist your shoulders and your hips forward, lift your back heel, come into your lunge. Step in a couple of steps or one to the top of the mat. Malasana, step your feet wide, heels in, toes out. Sit your hands together at the heart center as you lower down. 3 breaths. Inhale. You can do it. Exhale. Inhale.
Open the mouth, let it go. Good. One more. Inhale, smile. Open the mouth, exhale. Good. Come to sit. So just relax the bum onto the floor. Come back into a wide-legged butterfly. So soles of the feet together. Your feet and your pelvis are quite wide away from each other. Push your forearms, so the back of your forearms, just onto your kind of inside edge of your knees, and then just reach forward a little bit. Now I'd like you to push your big toes together. Activate the big toes. Hold it here. Good. Close your eyes. Good. Let's breathe together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Lifting slowly the torso up. And then slowly come to lie onto your back. Keep your legs as they are, keeping your big toes pushing together as you lower your whole body down. Bring your hands onto your belly. Relax your shoulders. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep your hands on your belly, straighten your legs so you're in a Shavasana-like position, your resting pose. Close your eyes. Relax your whole body. And before we come to our Shavasana, we're just going to take those last few belly breaths. So I'd like you to really try to engage your belly now as you breathe in and out. If you like to open your mouth as you exhale to feel more of a kind of deflating, letting go feeling, you can do that. Or just keep breathing in and out through the nose. Really let the eyes be closed. Try to resist that external stimulation. And then relax your arms by the sides. Let your breath be natural. And settle into your Shavasana. Allow your body to be flat. Nice and long on your mat. Palms are facing up. Body is heavy. And just really tuning back into this earth energy. Earth is tapping into our center, our element in ourself that allows us to grow and to support ourselves and others. A healthy connection to our earth energy allows us to feel stable. It allows us to feel rooted, grounded. It allows you to feel confident but also flexible in your decisions and your actions. And it's very normal and natural to bow away from this earth energy, but using these practices and these different poses and breath, you can come back into strengthening that grounding and centered energy. Just take this last moment to remind yourself of how you are strong, you are centered, you are all and everything that you need to be. Trust in your moments, trust in the process of what you're doing and the journey that you're on. When you're ready, rolling to your right hand side and slowly coming back up to sit, cross-legged or in some form of comfortable seat with the eyes closed again. And then bring your hands to your heart center, thumbs at the heart space touching towards the skin. And just bow the head towards the hands, the brain to the heart. And just tapping into and reminding yourself of the power and potency of intention. So this belief that we have that we can do it, we're on the right path. Take your last full breath in.
Open your mouth, sigh it out. Bow your shoulders and head towards the earth. Namaste, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us, the MoreMind yoga team, the MoreMind community. I hope you enjoyed. Reminder, I'm Charlie, so a therapist and yoga teacher, and I'm part of the MoreMind team. And we will be having this elemental yoga class every week now, and there's 2 other MoreMind classes on the schedule. If you have any questions, or you want to just say hi and that you were practicing with me, you can write in the chat. It's really nice to see and feel connected to you. I hope you got something out of it. And yeah, unless there's no questions, I'll see you next week. Thanks everyone. It was a pleasure to practice with you. Oh, Abby, nice that I think you came last time. Nice to see you. Thanks so much. Oh gosh, I know, stressful day too. I really needed it. Thank you, Shani or Scott Shani. So I'm really glad that you came and that you enjoyed it. We need these sometimes practices where we're not just focusing on getting a sweat on or kind of getting into an inversion. These are the real benefits of the beautiful yoga practice. So thank you Jade, thank you Jackie. Oh, I'm really glad that it's one of your faves. Me too. I feel very pleased that we've got it on the schedule. I teach a lot of elemental yoga therapy, but just one-to-ones. So I feel really, really blessed that we get to do this as a group. I'm going to move us through the 5 elements if you're interested. So we're going to probably do water next week, and then we'll move through them and we'll come back. So you'll learn a lot of the different practices. If anyone, thank you, Jess. Thank you again, Jackie. Yes, Saturn returns. Good luck in that. That's a tough one. If you all want to come to other classes or want to ask me more questions, you can find me at deep.tide on Instagram or deeptide.co.uk. So Charlie Granger and Deep Tide is my business. So thanks so much to all of you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, Jess said you're doing my meditation course. Lovely. See you all soon.